So I was engaging in a lively debate the other day, as I often do with friends and colleagues, and it was kind of back and forth, and this is the science, and this is the data, and all this sort of thing about fitness. But eventually, we kind of just lost our heads a little bit, and it watered down into the point where he was saying, "Matt, it just makes sense, man." At which point, I was like, "Hold on, you're telling me I should believe in that idea just because it makes sense? That's the worst thing you could possibly base your decisions off of." When something makes sense, that doesn't mean that that idea runs concurrent with truth. Instead, what it means is it runs concurrent with our current beliefs. For example, I've had many videos on how moderation and having a bit more of a sensible approach to diet is a good way to go. And lots of people have said, yes, this makes sense, moderation in all things. We don't have to give up our favorite foods. It's perfectly fine to have a healthy diet. But on the other hand, I've had people who say this is complete horse hootenanny because it doesn't make any sense at all that you can still have McDonald's and still be lean. And both sides are 100% correct, because what makes sense and what doesn't make sense isn't based on truth, it's how we feel about the things. If you've gotten to the point where you're believing that sugar is the spawn of Satan, and here I am saying that, okay, you can still have some ice cream every once in a while, or my mama's homemade chocolate chip cookies, that doesn't make sense to you. So of course you're not going to believe that, no matter what type of information I present to you. But on the other hand, if you are on the camp of, yeah, you can still have a little bit of a treat now and then, you don't have to have the perfectly sugar-free diet in order to be lean and healthy, then someone saying you have to abstain from all forms of sugar, that doesn't make any sense. Always remember that we humans are fundamentally emotional creatures. We base our beliefs and our approaches to things on our feelings, not our information, facts, and logic. Our facts and logic is usually hijacked by our emotional state. Therefore, saying, oh, of course this is true, look at the data. And that's why we don't want to have 100% faith into what makes sense. Because what makes sense is just whatever is going to run in alignment with our current beliefs. And whatever is going to run into alignment with our current beliefs is whatever runs in alignment with our current state of feelings. This is why there's no such thing as common sense. There's no such thing as common sense because there's no such thing as common belief. There's no common belief because there's no such thing as common feelings. I could make a video like this, and I'm sure there's going to be loads of comments down below. Some people love it, some people hate it. The only way this would be common sense is if everybody felt the same way and held the same exact beliefs over what I'm saying, and I'm using that as the anecdotal evidence to support my proposition on this idea that we shouldn't be trusting just what makes sense. And yeah, it's something that we can use as part of our decision-making skills, but we don't want to rely on it too much. We also want to look at the facts and the data and to always have that little bit of mistrust in the back of our mind of, this is how I feel about it, but let me still make sure and not be too dogmatic about our beliefs and our approaches, so that way we can still grow and evolve over time rather than getting stuck into what our current belief cycles are, which makes us go nowhere. So there's your Friday Philosophy. Check out more videos, Friday Philosophy here. Like, share, subscribe if you like this sort of thing. I come out with these videos every single week. And thank you very much for watching. Be fit and live free.